What's up, y'all? It's your boy from SMB coming at you. Today, June the 22nd. Giving us a little stock recap today. Today was an alright day. I'm 2 for 2 this week. I got a couple green days under my belt. It should have been much greener than it was. I had a few missteps here and there, but otherwise, I was feeling athletic today. I was feeling good. Small caps, are they back? Are we gonna get small cap summer like last summer? We saw some crazy stuff from one of the small caps today that I actually got a dub off of. But other than that, it was a interesting, very interesting price action day on the S&P. We got a gap down, and we actually filled the gap first thing in the morning. I could not believe that. I don't remember the last time. Honestly, I don't remember the last time that's happened this year. It maybe it hasn't been that long ago, but it feels like every time we gap down, it takes a long time to fill it up. It's hardly ever the same day, so I was shocked by that. And yeah, just looking back, I can't find a single time that we gapped down and went to fill it immediately. Yeah, it just doesn't happen. So I was shocked by it. Like, look at this. Every time it gaps down, it just keeps going down or it goes sideways and then fills it over like the next day or two. So I was very surprised by that. That was great. I couldn't believe it. Jerome Powell was talking first thing. He was talking to the Senate today, one of the stupid committees they have, and he didn't really say anything too. Oh no, he did actually. I'll probably make another video getting into that, but he didn't really say anything that like hit the market like a big knife out of nowhere. Like he didn't say like inflation's worse than we think. It could be going on for 5 years. He didn't say anything crazy like that. So he was talking. So I was a little bit diligent, a little diligent. But my first trade of the day was a nice little dub. It should have been way bigger. I sold it way too early, guys. I can just remember past times of where I took a call and I got a nice chunk of profit, a chunk of profit where if it was a loss, it was a 50, what was it, like a $55 gain. So if it was a $55 loss, I'd be like hurting. I would be like, ouch, that sucks. So if it's a profit, I think how would this feel if it was a loss? And I thought it probably wouldn't feel too good as a loss. So I was just like, I'm taking it. That's good enough for me. Where did I take that? So this was early, not early early. So I missed the big mega ripper move first thing in the morning. I grabbed this on this little pullback here. I saw this nice little resistance line. I drew this little line first thing on these wicks. Saw a nice little pullback. We held EMAs. I grab a call and we go up. And yeah, that was pretty slick. It was a 10-minute trade, so that was a great start to the morning. I love first thing waking up and getting a nice little upside win. I sold it after 10 minutes, so I ended up selling it right here, and then it just kept going. But I still got a nice little chunk of profit, so I was happy about it. Um, Otherwise, I jumped into a Square call, which frankly, I'm not really sure what I was thinking on this. I saw that FinTech was strong, and I thought this would be like a crazy face ripper day. So FinTech is just so terribly shorted and oversold that usually on big face ripping days, it rips hard, but today was not the face ripper. Today was a mess. We ended up grabbing a tiny little call, and I only took like an $11 profit on it. So 728 to 739. Yeah, I mean, it was just going straight up. It was probably a stupid play in hindsight, but I took profit at the perfect time. I literally took it almost at the very top of this candle, and then it went to dump. So it was a perfect exit. I didn't make much profit, but hey, it's a green trade. I'll take it. Then other than that, Nasdaq call. I grabbed a tiny little one because I was getting the FOMO after I sold that other one a little too early, so that sucked. The conviction on this one, I saw we took this level over, and you can see this level was where we peaked yesterday. So we bounced off this level yesterday, and we took it strong today. We come retest, we're holding it, we get a big bounce off of that. So I end up looking here, I see this, and I'm thinking, all right, next leg up. I grab a call. I think it was what time? 8:18, and I sold. Yeah, so I ended up grabbing a call at the peak of this candle, and I ended up selling it like right here. I saw this one go up, so it went up like $10, and I was like, I think we're going up. And then it just was like petering out. We get this weird doji, and I cut it, and that was the perfect cut because look, I mean, it dumped completely. Like it just shredded down through that level. So this is just like a terrible bull trap right here, and it just dumped. a big old 284 down to 280. It dropped a full percent right there, and I cut at the perfect time and took basically no loss, a -3 on it. So that was great. I was thrilled about that. And then, I mean, this was so choppy and so ugly. I was just like, I don't want no part of these large caps. I'm looking on Twitter, and people are talking about small caps are back. They're back in a big way. So we got this PEV Phoenix Motor. It's a very recent IPO EV company, and people are talking. I mean, this thing it catapulted it open. Like it just went from 340 all the way up to 650, and it was crazy. This is like deja vu from last summer. So what does it do? It dumps, and then we put this little nice consolidation pattern in. And I ended up buying on this candle. I thought this was going to be the breakout back for the next leg, but no, no, no. We came down, and I'm down like 25 bucks here, but I'm not panicking because I'm like, if we break this resistance, I cut. We never did. We broke it, we wicked, but we held the candle above, held, and what do? It breaks resistance right here, and boom, just catapults. This should have been another bigger gain. I sold way too early. I was just like, I'm so used to giving away my long profits by holding too long that I ended up just cutting myself way too short here. We still made a nice what was it? A nice $40 gain off of it, so it wasn't anything crazy. I didn't go in very big size at all because I just haven't touched small caps in so long. Like it was like this is what I signed up for when I got into stocks. You know, I started like really paying attention to stocks back in 2020, and then really got into it early 2021, which is like the worst possible time to really get into it because it's just like, hey, every small cap you just buy the dip, and that's what it felt like today. It was crazy. It's like, what the hell? What year is this? Because that used to be that was the meme. It's like you missed the first rip, well you just wait for the bull flag because they always do this. They used to always rip, and if you missed it, you wait for the pullback and you wait for the bull flag, and it always broke the bull flag and would just shoot past the next level. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? This is like reminiscent of last summer. It was crazy. So that was awesome, and it was like dusting off a part of my brain that I haven't even like touched recently because I haven't touched small caps in so long. It's just been so dead for so long. It's crazy. But now I mean I'm seeing them every day. That this one Zella had nice movement. I mean it ripped at gapped huge up on the open, but still had a lot left. That's usually the issue with the small caps now is that they would gap up hard and then just kind of fade away throughout the entire day. There was no liquidity would show up to keep the next leg going. But on this PEV one, I mean, holy shit, look at this. Everyone saw this bull flag because the second it broke out, just huge volume, just shot it all the way straight past 7, all the way up to 840. It capped out, and then it ended up halting down. So I'm glad I didn't FOMO back in. I wasn't greedy. I was just like, I got my win. I'm taking that. See ya. And it was great. I was like, damn, it's like what I love doing about stocks is trading these small caps and like waiting for the pullbacks, getting in on your entry, but you gotta be fast. You gotta be like boom, snapping in there, get your stop loss in, sell, take profit. You gotta be quick. It's not like, I mean, options you gotta be quick too, but this is more like you can lose a lot of money on one of these red candles, and I love it. It's very it's intense, and I miss this part about like stock trading because it just has been dead this entire year, just so dead. So I've had to like try to learn large caps, and I'm getting better at the large caps, but it's not. There's too much shit going on in the macro situation. These small caps, when they're ripping, they just ignore whatever's going on in the market and they just rip on their own. So that was awesome. I was hyped about that, baby. So after I get that, of course, I'm like, hey, what about Revlon? Revlon is doing a little short squeeze that's still going up. I mean, it bottomed out here at $1, and now it's all the way up to 8, and it tapped 10 today. So just ridiculous. It's gone up like 900%, just craziness. Uh, I got in, and because I saw what PEV did, and me being me, I see this. What's it doing? It's almost got a kind of a bull flag, but it's just been faking people out left and right. I mean, this was a bull flag breakout. It breaks out, big wick, nah, big wick, nope. Just chop, 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 and then we finally get a breakout of this big volume coming in. I chased the breakout, and it was just a fake out, just dump, 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 all the way back down. So I ended up taking a loss of about $27 on that. Next up we have, so then Zella was a penny stock that was ripping today. The same exact thing. I'm an idiot. I'm seeing this bull flag. I see this big green candle. I jump in there, and then what do? I should have waited for the breakout, because if I would have waited for the breakout, I never would have entered the trade. I never would have gotten the loss. That's why you wait for breakouts. And it worked on PEV. I got in before the breakout, so I assumed it worked like this. But I waited for this support line to break, and sure enough, once it broke out of this triangle right here, it just continued to dump. So I cut my losses very quickly at VWAP right there, which was not a crazy loss, but I still wish I avoided it because, yeah, I mean, it was a lot of FOMO today because I just like sold myself. I sold out of so many like winning positions just way too soon. Like if I would have held on to PEV, that would have been another $50. If I would have held on to SPY, that would have been like another $100. Like SPY was just ripping long after I sold it. So I was just like trying. I was doing the typical like trying to get that money that I otherwise would have gotten. I only lost 1835 on XELA. XELA. God, these allergies, man. Um, then what else do we do? So next up, oh, this one was infuriating too. Next thing I did was, all right, so SPY is looking like it's going next leg up. SPY comes down, tests this level, breaks it, retakes it. I'm seeing it hold this uptrend, and I see this pullback. I grab a call. We come up here, we pull back down, and it's looking like we're going to break that resistance. So I cut, and then look what it does. Just a huge, just insane green candle out of nowhere. Like, just out of freaking nowhere, dude. It just shoots up. And, I mean, that would have been a $60 gain right there. Instead, I took a $6 loss on it because it was just so choppy. And I immediately, as soon as I got into it, I felt like I should not be in it. Oh, and actually, I did the Revlon trade after that SPY trade. So that was also very infuriating because I left the SPY trade because I saw the break on Revlon and I was like, bam, I'm out of that. I'm going to go to Revlon. It's breaking out. We're ripping. And then I end up losing on Revlon. I end up looking at SPY and seeing it has this insane green candle just out of nowhere. Just high volume on it too. It's just like, what the F is that? And yeah, that sucked. But SPY ended up doing the dump at the end of the day anyways. I mean, this has just been a mess these past couple days. Like, besides this gap fill, that was awesome. Otherwise, we're like right here at resistance. We just barely, or the support line that we bounce off perfectly off of this off open. So it looks like we broke that line. We broke this fib level. We could be looking at next leg down. I grabbed myself a Nasdaq put just to be safe. Very, very small. 265 strike price with 2 weeks out. So that would be very worst case scenario. But I'm not going to hold it very long. I just am worried after we broke the support that we could see some downside tomorrow, potentially come and fill this gap down to 276 before we go back up. Just didn't. I'm just very unsure. It's a weird market we're in. I mean, yesterday we gap up huge. This morning we gap down huge. It's one of those markets where you like flip a coin and buy a put at the end of the day, and then tomorrow maybe it'll double because we always go down 2% or go up 2%. There's no in between. It's just been a mess. So I got my green day. Let me do my math here. 49 plus. 49 plus 11, so we got 60, 100, minus, minus 18, so 82, 27, so 75, 60, yeah, 60. So we up 60 on the day. Not good, not great. Good, not great, I guess I should say. It should have been a really good day. It should have been like $200 up. But then I look at this price action. I'm like, I could have easily lost so much money today. I mean, this is just nauseating. Just huge dumps, huge rips, bigger dumps, bigger rips, bigger dumps. Just clapping both sides of the aisle. So I'll take my green day. We're 2 for 2 on the week. I'm getting green. I don't know. I'm just feeling good. Like I'm watching these moves, and there were multiple trades I didn't take today that I just like. I don't know why. Like I just didn't trust the price action. But this one on AMD, I mean. Jeez Louise. it just did this like big push up for so long, and then just a huge red candle right through that support, and then it retests the line and bounces off of it. I mean, that was a free, just grab a put on that retest, stop loss here, it dumps. That would have been huge. Coinbase also had a setup. This is after I like screwed around on the small cap, so I was just like, I'm already taking losses. I don't need to. I can let this be a green day. Coinbase had a big old dump today. I mean, support line right here, boom, bounce off of it, boom, bounce off of it, retest, break, and it dumped from 53 to 52, which not a huge move, but I'm just like I'm getting these clear setups. Like I'm just seeing them clearly now. I don't know what it is. It's starting to click though. It feels good. I'm just upset at myself that I'm not letting the winners run because they would really be printing for me if I was just letting those winners run, you know. But other than that, it was a solid day. Don't know where we go from here. It's just it's weird. You can't. No one can point to a reason why we dumped at the end of the day. No one can point to a reason why we went green yesterday. It's just like nothing's changed in the market. We should continue to go down. So I'm going to assume that is going to happen, and I'm gonna hedge myself to the downside. Um, there's really not much else to it, and I will continue to do so until I am proved wrong. But yeah, that's really. I guess I can look at Apple, look at the big names, see what the big names did today. I mean, Jesus, look at Apple. Look at this big head and shoulders on Apple. What? Wow, that is crystal clear, folks. Big ol' monster head and shoulders. Not monster, but big obvious head and shoulders right here. Jeez. Uh, neckline right there. It looks like it bounced off the neckline a couple times, but jeez, that's a very bearish reversal. Um, gonna keep an eye on that for sure. Holy moly. I'm thinking about doing a setup video to show people like what indicators I have, why I have them, my favorite time frames and stuff. I don't know if people would be interested in that. I'm no like pro by any means, so it's not like this is what I use to make millions of dollars. It's more so just like this is what I do. If anyone has any critiques, if anyone's interested in saying give me any ideas on what they like to use and why they don't like to use certain things that I do, then I'd love that because I'm always experimenting. I'm always trying to find different indicators to not like just trade off of indicators. No one can just trade purely off of indicators, but that just like clear up the picture for me because sometimes I feel like I'm looking at a chart and I'm just like not seeing things that other people are. But yeah, we'll see about that. I might do that later tonight. But yeah, that's all I got for you folks. It is another green day. I'm thrilled about it. It's been a solid week so far. I think I'm up like 140 on the week, which shit, I'll take it. I don't know the last time I've had a green week, so it's awesome. Let's see if we can finish her strong on Thursday and Friday. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.